And welcome back to the Gary Goff Show here on WTTF, Cool FM 93.3 and WTTF.com. Your weekly look at Tiffin University football, brought to you today by State Farm Insurance, Ed Lape's office, Sire Seeds, Tiffin Ace Hardware, the Animal Hospital of Tiffin, CF Professionals Incorporated, Gary Gruse's office, and the Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, Jim Kennedy's office. Coach, we just had a chance to talk to Josh Pribble, and everybody in the room, as soon as the interview was over during commercial break, was like, that's a good young man right there.
He is. I've said it a million times, I know, but that's the kind of person we want in the program. You know, he's a good football player, got the potential to be a great football player. You know, he's just played one game in our defensive scheme, and he's only a sophomore, so you know, I can't wait to see what this young man is when he's a junior.
How'd you find out about all these kids up there at Grand Rapids as you went up and got?
Well, you know, we needed some linebackers, you know, and we had to find some linebackers with a little bit of playing experience. We didn't want to have 7 true, you know, signees come in here as freshmen. And so, you know, Grand Rapids won 11 games last year. They were 11-0. Did not play for the Junior College National Championship. I cannot remember why. It was some odd deal. But so we sent 2 coaches up there to recruit the school. Came across Josh, and then a safety in Brandon Person, and then a corner, which we needed corners too, and Antonio Eder. And you know, Antonio Eder was voted team captain for 2 years, his freshman and sophomore year at the junior college. That's unheard of.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
As a true freshman at a junior college, voted in as a team captain. And he's a team captain here.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, give you what kind of a young man he is, what type of character he is. And, you know, we jumped on all 3 of them because we could get them here at semester, which is in January.
Sure.
All 3 of them had great grades. Wasn't like they were going to a junior college because they were non-qualifiers out of high school or something like that. So, you know, they kind of fit a need that we had, and on top of it, we were lucky because they were good people.
Yeah, and that was the number one thing that you spoke of in the past. It was the high character kids you were going after, and after speaking to Josh there, he definitely fits that mold for sure.
He is, and he's right. You know, Eder is a jokester and a lot of fun to be around. So, you know, we'll get him on the show too, and then you know, Brandon Persons, he just wants to run through the wall. You know, he wants to hit people. You know, so.
Well, speaking of hit people. Get to hit some more people this coming Saturday as we take our first big road trip we talked about up into the Upper Peninsula. We're about half an hour north of where we went last year for northern Michigan.
I think it's about 2.5 hours, I was told.
Okay, 2.5 hours north, and last year's trip was about 12 hours, if I remember correctly. So we got a long one ahead of us. But Michigan Tech, you'll be their first game on their schedule this year. Kind of rare, you know, this past week you didn't have a lot to go on going into McKendree. Now, with Michigan Tech, do you rely on last year's game film? What do you do?
Yeah, you break down last year's game film. I mean, they got our last year's film. We've got theirs. You know, we're obviously a little bit different, and they don't have our defense. But, you know, they're a really good program. Tom Curley's the head coach there. He's been there, I think, 11 years overall, 6 years as the head coach. And he does a really good job. And they are big, strong, and physical. You know, last year they were 7-4. Those 4 losses were to Grand Valley, who is always ranked top, to Saginaw Valley, who went to the playoffs, to Wayne State,
who played for the national championship.
Exactly, played for the national championship, and then you know, their last one was to Hillsdale, who won the conference.
Yeah.
You know, so they lost 4 tough football games. They're a good program. Now, with that said, they've lost some people on defense. Their top 2 tacklers are gone. But, you know, they've got a lot of red shirts that they're plugging in. You know, they got a corner who's a red shirt sophomore. You know, he's been there for 2 years already. You know, they got some D linemen who are red shirt juniors and seniors. You know, one young man's been there since 2007. So they've got some guys with a lot of experience that they're plugging into those starting roles. So, you know, the one good thing for us, we've got a game under our belt. You know, our team, you know, we're going to make some corrections this week and improve, hopefully, on some of the small things so we become better. And they've got to have their first game still. Now, hey, Coach Curley does a great job up there. I'm sure they're going to be prepared and ready to play, but still, he hasn't played a game this season. And, you know, your team changes from year in, year out. So, you know, you're always a little bit nervous that first game, how they're going to respond.
Now, does that mean maybe you concentrate a little bit more just on what you guys are doing?
Well, you know, we're going to break them down, obviously. And, they're a good football team. There's some things we got to do differently because of, you know, how they play offense and defense. But, you know, I'm a big believer. It's about us. You know, it's about us executing, stopping the run, and protecting the football. And you know, for the most part, we did those things. Protecting the football, we can get a little bit better at, but we did stop the run. We did a really good job with that, and we had very few mistakes. So, we tighten the screws up in those areas a little bit, and I think we can beat anybody.
Now, does a big road game present some challenges as well for your young football team with it being the first road game of the year?
Yeah, I am worried because we are young overall in that, but still we traveled a lot of freshmen and played a lot of freshmen last year, so it's not brand new to all of us, but we can travel 57. That's the GLIAC rule. We can travel 57. Of that 57, there probably will be about 15 to 20 that'll be their first time ever traveling.
Okay.
So you're a little concerned, but hopefully we got enough leadership now and some guys with some experience that they can make sure they stay on task. And
absolutely,
it's not a vacation; it's a business trip.
Absolutely. Kickoff slated for 1 o'clock this coming Saturday. The pregame show will start at 12:30 on our sister station, Coast Country 100.9 WMJK. If you'd like to follow the game online, you can go to BAS Ohio. That's B as in boy, A as in Adam, S as in Sam, Ohio, and click on the Listen Live link right underneath the Coast Country 100.9 logo. You can also get more information on the game by going to gotiffindragons.com and more information on Tiffin University as a whole by going to www.tiffin.edu. Just about everybody has a game under their belts in the conference, and some conference games this weekend too. A big one, Ohio Dominican playing at Hillsdale, and it's a full slate this weekend for everybody in the GLIAC. So it's really hard to believe after this weekend. High school football will be 3 weeks in, college football 2 weeks in, and the NFL starting. So, if it's not football season now, it's never going to be.
You're right about that. And, that's the tough thing about the GLIAC. From this point forward, they're all conference games. We're all in a 10-game race here, and it's going to be interesting the way our schedule breaks out this year because basically you got the Ohio division and the Michigan division, and the Ohio side plays 3 crossover games. And so our 3 crossover games in Michigan are going to be Michigan Tech, which we have this week, Grand Valley at home the following, and then Northwood at home for homecoming. So it's a big challenge for us this weekend, but I think our kids are up to the challenge. I can tell you this: we're going to go up there and battle, and I expect good things. And like I said, sometimes you get a taste of a victory with a young football team, and
you want some more,
and it can snowball
absolutely
into something special. So we're going to work hard this week. We're not thinking by any means that we're going to back off or
this team
relax.
was in the others receiving votes for the top 25 of the preseason poll.
I think they were ranked 27th. Just barely missing the top 25. So they're a good program. They have been for the last several years. So
you guys coming out of week 1 into week 2 pretty healthy?
We are. We're very healthy. Matter of fact, you're going to have your bumps and bruises,
sure.
But we don't have a single person that'll be missing this game due to injury.
Okay.
So that's good. And, we got to have a great practice tomorrow. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday are our 3 tough days of the week, and we're actually going to be leaving on Thursday night and travel through the night. We'll get up there.
Well, you have to with a long trip like that to give yourself a day to get assimilated.
Yeah, definitely. We used to have to go play Hawaii, and we'd leave on Wednesday night there because that time change and everything. It took you about 2 days to get adjusted to the time. But this trip's not quite that bad, but at the same time, you can't make this trip all day Friday and then think your guys are going to be fresh to play Saturday morning. It's too far.
Absolutely. Now, you played where in college?
I played at Valdosta State.
I thought so, and they played Saginaw Valley over the weekend, and Saginaw Valley got them 28-24.
They did. Hey, Saginaw's a great program as well, and it was tough to see my alma mater come up here and lose, but at the same time, I've been telling people the GLIAC is the best conference in America.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's going to play out that way this year as well. After Michigan Tech has Tiffin University on this coming Saturday, they'll go on the road to Wash before they welcome in Findlay and Grand Valley State as they work their way through the month of September. And as you said, we got this big road trip, and we come home for 2 games, one of which is homecoming. So a lot of festivities will be happening for that. And it was really neat to see the festivities they had going on at the Heminger Center before the opening game this year.
It was. I'll tell you what, we had a great crowd for the home game, and it all started down here at the Heminger Center, the indoor facility where we did our pregame walkthroughs. The school had lunch down there, so all the student body was down there, and they kind of formed a tunnel for us to walk out and had the band playing as we got on the bus going to the stadium. So, I think our guys walking out didn't know what to expect, and when they saw the band and the fans play and the cheerleaders, they felt pretty good about themselves.
Well, they should have, and it all worked out to that 23-13 victory for the Dragons in Week 1 play against McKendree University. Sent those young men back to Illinois and get ready for our trip up to Michigan Tech. As the GLIAC season is fully upon us. The Dragons are coming in 1-0, and should be a very exciting game. We do invite you all to join us this coming Saturday. As we said, kickoff at 1 o'clock, pregame at 12:30. And Eric Klepper, my new color commentator, had my first game with him over the weekend. He did a great job, and he's really looking forward to the trip. He's going to travel with us. So
good.
Full broadcast staff for every single game this year. So we're really looking forward to it as we work our way through this exciting season. Coach, anything else before we close up the program today?
No, I mean, hey, I just want to keep encouraging everybody to come out and support us. And
it was a great crowd. It was a great crowd.
It was, and hey, winning fixes everything, right? So,
absolutely.
I expect another great crowd next time we're back home. And if there's anything we can do in the community, please, listeners, give us a call. We'd love for our players to be more involved in the community, and so forth.
And folks can follow you on social media at Twitter.
Yeah, they can go to our gotiffindragons.com website and go to football, and they can follow me on the Twitter account there, and they can also see some of these live radio shows replayed on there as well.
And there's links to that on YouTube as well. And as we said, more information by going to gotiffindragons.com for the athletics site, and information at Tiffin University in general by going to tiffin.edu. Heck, I'm a full-time Tiffin University student right now, too. So
there you go.
I decided to get back into it. I got so excited about what's going on around here, I decided to get back into it a little bit myself. So really exciting times for everybody here at Tiffin University football program. As we're 1-0 as we get ready to face our first road test of the year at Michigan Tech this Saturday. As we said, 1 o'clock on Coast Country 100.9 WMJK. Catch it online by going to www.basohio.com. Click on the Listen Live link right underneath the Coast Country 100.9 WMJK logo. Tonight's program has been brought to you by Steyer Seeds, Tiffin Ace Hardware, the Animal Hospital at Tiffin, CF Professionals Incorporated, Gary Gruse's office, the Ohio Mutual Insurance Group, Jim Kennedy's office, and State Farm Insurance, Ed Lape's office. So, Coach, that's going to do it for our program tonight. Thank you so much. Thanks to Josh Pribble for joining us, too. Go get him this Saturday, and look forward to doing it again next week.
Hey, thanks, Russ.
All right, that's Coach Gary Goff, head coach of the Tiffin University football program. And this is the Gary Goff Show. You're listening to WTTF, Cool FM 93.3, and WTTF.com. Awesome.